We're back with another manager experiment, and this time we've gone with a real-life manager, but of the female variety. We've gone for the legend of the women's game, Emma Hayes, who crops up from time to time in these experiments on the channel. And I thought, well, actually, truth be told, someone in the comments suggested I do something with Emma Hayes, and they said put her at City. Now, I've decided, obviously, because of Emma Hayes' notorious past with Chelsea, where she was the manager for, a decade, maybe more, to put her in charge of the Chelsea men's team because they're in turmoil. Well, at the time I decided to do this, Enzo Maresca wasn't doing as well as he currently is-ish. So, yeah, whatever. Anyway, Emma Hayes is at Chelsea for the next 30 years. Let's go. Yeah, 30 years. She's 38. I've moved her back a bit in age. I think she's... Don't know her age is in real life. And she has dynamic potential, of course. And what I've done is I've gone and had a look in the in-game editor, and I think her range is 130 to 160. So I've moved her potential ability to 160 just to give her the best possible chance. And I also feel that based on her success in the women's game, she probably is at least a 160 potential ability, maybe even better. I think it's a little bit harsh to sort of knock her down somewhat. So there you go. There's her attributes. And she's in charge of Chelsea, as mentioned. She's got 30 years here. Can she bring glory to Chelsea over the course of her career? Well, she's got a bloody big enough squad, hasn't she? She's got a big enough squad. She's got a billionaire owner. She's got no budget, apparently. Oh, because we've got an updated database. It's because we've gone for the... Have we gone for the updated database, have we? No, we haven't. I'm not sure why they've got no budget. But they haven't got any budget this season, but they've got plenty of players to sell should she want some budget. So we'll go and see how she does in the first season, shall we? Where are they? Well, before we go and do that, the season preview thinks they're going to finish 6th. So, any advance on 6th, Emma? Can you do better than the media predict? Okay, so was she about 109 before? I think she was. I don't think she's improved much, which is unfortunate. Okay, and, well, Man City won the league. Oh, and Chelsea finished 9th. 9th. Not even one morsel of European football. They've got £79 million to spend. They are nearly £1 million over in wages. That's because all the players that they loaned out have come back, though, to be fair. So, you've got players like Romelu Lukaku on £200,000 a week. I mean, realistically, is he going to stay? Or is he going to go? Probably going to go. She's already sold £36 million worth of player. Amari Hutchinson to Everton, Lewis Hall to Newcastle. Were they... No, Lewis Hall's something that I think is already agreed. So that might not be her doing. In January, though, she did spend a bit of money. She bought Brian Aguirre for 8.25 from Newell's Old Boys. She bought Vangelis Pavlidis for the best part of £40 million. And I'm sorry, Emma, he's shit. 40 million for him? Not too sure, Emma. Not too sure. Yuri Alberto from Corinthians? It might be. Again, 16 million is not too bad. Could make a profit. Will he make a profit? He's 23. Not too sure about the signings, to be perfectly honest. Not too sure about the signings at all. And neither are the media, because last season we expected to finish 6th. This season, down in 7th. There is still plenty of time left to go in this transfer window, though, because we've got a budget of £77 million still to spend. Nothing has been spent this window. It's all been in January, has just gone. And yeah, like I say, just seen players like on £170,000 a week that they've just signed who are a bit rubbish indeed. How did we do in other competitions last season? We got to... Oh, the FA Cup final. Actually lost in the final to Manchester City. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 up. 2-2. So yeah, ahead twice, egged back twice, and eventually City won it with a goal from Rodri. That bloody Rodri. I mean, you got a feel for Nicholas Jackson. You got Vangelis Pavlidis, who was brought in £40 million. Got a 6.7 in the FA Cup final. Played 87 minutes, and then Nicholas Jackson comes on for 3 minutes. I mean, to be honest, I don't massively rate Nicholas Jackson either, to be perfectly honest, but I think he's better than Vangelis Pavlidis. I don't know. I think they're both crap. I mean, they're both very different players, aren't they? They're both very, very different players. There's a space for both of them. Just not in the Chelsea team. Just not in the Chelsea team at all. Sorry. Emma, you need to do better than that. This is not good enough, Vangelis Pavlidis. That is not a marquee signing. Let's hope you do better with the money you've got this season. 36.5 million for Vangelis Pavlidis, which is your marquee signing so far. Up to 40 million potentially. Only spent 48 million. Sorry, only spent 72. But yeah, so anyway, look, I'm not impressed so far, Emma. Not impressed with your first season. Let's hope things improve. I do back you for things to improve, but you need to improve your ability. So let's go. Right, she's now up at 114. Want to buy Al Nassr. Right, Al Nassr are not going to have a manager for the next however many years. How do we do last season? Well, of course, Man City still won the league again. This season, the media think we're going to finish 5th, and it looks like we got Champions League qualification by finishing 4th Emma Hayes, you've only gone and pulled it out of the bag. Only a point behind Liverpool and Arsenal as well. Come on then. Final day. What happened? We actually won. Arsenal lost. And Liverpool won as well. So, okay, we finished 4th. Fantastic stuff. Brilliant. We have got Champions League football. What was the transfer business like? Signed Casemiro for essentially £25 million. Now, when have they signed him? Oh, 3 days ago. Okay. Oh, we've just ticked over. Sorry, right. So 3 days ago, we just signed him. We've also sold a few more players. Who else do we sell? Dorde Petrovic, Harvey Vale, and that's about it. Right, okay. And then this season, as we've ticked over, Kendry Paez from Independiente del Valle. That's something that was already locked in for when he was turning 18. I think I do recognise that name, Kendry Paez. And then Orno Tenas from PSG for £7 million. Backup goalkeeper. You know, at the end of the day, you need a backup goalkeeper, so fair play. But they're not really... Trevor Chalobah to Atletico Madrid for £4.1 million. Now, that's a bargain for Atletico. He's a 149 current ability player. He's 25 years old. He's quite versatile. He's pretty decent, to be honest. 4.1 million. If you were looking to come up into the Premier League and you were looking to build a squad out and you managed to get someone of Trevor Chalobah's caliber, that was the first time I tried saying that as well, but I knew it was going to be difficult, which is why I stalled through it. A player of Trevor Chalobah's caliber for 4.1 million, you would be absolutely buzzing. So, disappointing to let him go, and they've not really brought anyone in that I'm very impressed with. So, who have we got then at the club at the moment? We're what we're playing as a tactic, first of all. We're playing a classic 4-2-3-1, and you've got Robert Sanchez in goal, who's got potential. Malagusto, who again is not a bad right back, I'll give him that. Levi Colwill is one of the best young players on the game, and he gets to 170 in this universe, so he's a fantastic left back. Badiashile is all right, and Wes Fofana, if he's not injured, is pretty good as well. So we've not got a bad back line. Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez are fantastic central midfielders, so yeah, can't complain there. Cole Palmer, ice cold Palmer, and think have I done the data update? Well, Palmer's looking pretty decent in this save file. Raheem Sterling on the right, Mudryk on the left, who I think are both a bit rubbish. And then Nkunku up. I think this is where he falls down. I think Mudryk is not good enough for... I mean, he gets, to be fair, 161. His potential ability is 170. Yeah, maybe he is all right. I don't rate him on this, to be honest. And I'm also not massively keen on Raheem Sterling, even though his potential is 180. I mean, he's 30 years old. He's only going to be on the decline now, so... And then you've got Nkunku up top, who, again, is all right and he's quite versatile. So he's a useful player to have in the squad. How good is he? He's a 163. So, yeah, again, not too bad. Who we got on the bench then? We've got Disasi, Madueke, Brozier, Conor Gallagher, Cucurella, David Washington, a Fresh Prince of West Yorkshire fame, getting played. Cesar Casadei, Evangelos Pavlidis, of course, is Ian Matson, Ben Chilwell. We've got lots of players. Reece James, of course. I mean, Reece James is fantastic. Not much better than Malagusto, though. Carney Chukwuemeka, Moises Caicedo, Casemiro, they've just bought. So they've got a very, very, very bloated squad. So Emma, I understand why you're not spending too much money. She's still got 48 million, or 40, she's still got 47 million pounds to spend this season. And as I say, Champions League football on the horizon. The media think they're going to finish in the top 5. Liverpool beat Bournemouth on penalties in the FA Cup, and Man City won against Aston Villa in the Carabao. Okay, so 2026 then. It's now at 124. She's starting to round off quite nicely. And we were down in 7th, finishing in the Europa League places, which is actually quite disappointing, to be honest. It's a step back away from Champions League football as well. £81 million to spend this summer. Not really anyone to speak of coming in. And they've lost players like Romelu Lukaku on a free. Trevor Chalobah we saw. Ian Matson went to Leicester. Mark Cucurella went to Leeds. Interesting. So we got knocked out by AC Milan on penalties in the Champions League knockout playoff round, so we didn't do very well in the league phase either. Out in the Carabao Cup quarter-final to Man City, and lost to Liverpool in the FA Cup third round in a replay. So I feel like we were done quite dirty in terms of our draw in cup competitions. We had City, Liverpool and AC Milan very early on in the knockout stages, so maybe on to bigger and better things next season. Now she's up at 133, she's rocking and rolling. But Chelsea aren't 6th. Not again, but 6th, getting Europa League football again. That's not good enough for me. Not good enough for me at all. Although we did get out in the semis to Lazio, the Europa League. Of course, we weren't going to win the Europa League. We'd be in Champions League, weren't we? Lost to Tottenham in the FA Cup 5th round. The Carabao, where's the Carabao? We went out early in the Carabao. 4th round to Spurs again. So Spurs knocked us out twice this season in both domestic cups. That's a bit disappointing, isn't it? What's her transfer saying? She's just sold Yuri Alberto to Everton for £17 million. She actually only paid £16 million and she loaned him out a couple of times. So she's made a profit on Yuri Alberto. Lovely. What negotiation. Oh, here we go. Serhu Girassi from Stuttgart. 17 finishing. He's 31, paying £65 million. 8 in 33. Angelo's gone to Oxford United on loan. What? In the Championship. Okay. Yeah, so again, not really anything to shout about in the transfer market. She got £40 million to spend, the £90 million in the hole. Wages overspending by nearly £750,000 per week. Moises Caicedo's a key player. Of course he is. What a player he is. 185 potential. Currently 177. 25 years old. The media thinks 6th. Exactly where we finished last season, which we are sort of stuck in the mud here, aren't we? Groundhog Day. Go again. At 145 now. Emma is getting close to her potential. She's loving it. Oh, okay. We might have our first bit of silverware. We almost certainly have our first bit of silverware, actually, based on this, because, of course, 7th is a Europa League qualification place at best. We've got Champions League qualification, which means we've almost certainly won the Europa League. I don't think there's any other way that that could have happened. But 7th, that's disappointing. So, look at the schedule. Let's go through the cup competitions then. Out on penalties to Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. And look at all these defeats in the league. Awful. 3 in a row there. So here we go. Europa League. We really started kicking on this second half of the season. We beat Rangers. We win the FA Cup semi-final here. Lost the semi-final first leg against Brighton. I went and smashed them 4-0 in the other semi-final. 2-1 down. Up steps 3 players that I said I didn't really rate on the game. I think Raheem Sterling's been fantastic over his career. I just think Nicholas Jackson and Mudryk were overpriced and a bit underwhelming so far for Chelsea. So, if you disagree with that, hey, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm just, whatever. Anyway, so Real Sociedad in the final. We won 2-1. And Nkunku and Guirassy. I've just said Guirassy might have been a bit of a waste of money. And he's gone and popped up with a goal in the Europa League final. And then, having lost to Tottenham twice in cup competitions last season, we've only gone and beaten 3-0 this time. 2 very late goals, but that didn't matter. It just made it more comprehensive. That's a double. That's a Europa League and FA Cup double. Chelsea and Emma Hayes have come to the party, ladies and gentlemen. Have a bit of that. The season preview. The media thinks we're going to finish 6th yet again. So Groundhog Day once more. £35 million players out. Conor Gallagher has gone to Real Madrid. And I, for the life of me, can't work out why. He's played 24 times for Real Madrid. Why is that doubled up? Not sure what's happened there. I know Ancelotti likes a diamond, but you've not got enough centre midfielders. Jude Bellingham, Chouameni, Camavinga, Valverde. And you've bought Conor Gallagher, Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz. Again, Oscar Gluck's here. Signed for $15.5 million from Salzburg. He must have been running out of contract. He does run out of contract quite often, as I realised to my own benefit. Fresh Prince of West Yorkshire. The amount I promote that series on these videos, the amount I actually release those videos is embarrassing. I should be I'm enjoying playing it, but I very rarely get time, so it takes forever to get the bloody episodes out. Still playing season 6 as the time of recording this. And season 5 came out about a month ago. Yeah. Anyway, we were looking at her transfers and we just saw that she sold Conor Gallagher. She brought anyone in? Harvey Elliott, £60 million. He looks good. He's a 156 current ability player. Is that really the best way to spend all that money on one marquee signing who's not that marquee, is he? Some more wonder kids, Emma. That's what you need. Let's go to 2029. Well done on the cup wins. I'll be honest, I expected more. Maybe it's coming. We've got 30 years to go through. She's at 153 now. I just did expect a bit more. 6th again. Champions League football again. But we're in the Champions League. Someone's won the Champions League here. Probably not us. It isn't us. It was Real Madrid. Beat Liverpool. So why have we got Newcastle have won the Europa League? Right, so the Europa League. So the next space down gets Champions League. So we've benefited from Newcastle's success here. Liverpool down in 7th. Look at Palace and Leicester up there getting European qualification. And Aston Villa, 10 teams. Bloody hell. Arsenal win it as well. Mikel Arteta. Pep still at City. We haven't even checked in and see how Ralph's doing. Doing a manager experiment. We've not even looked in on Ralph. He's at Fulham. He's been at Everton. He was at Austria for 3 years and he's just left Everton to go to Fulham. Okay, so she's got £77 million to spend and the £57 million in the bank. She's nearly balanced the books on the wages as well. So she's doing all right, is Emma. Only signed £4 million worth of talent. Cody Gakpo, he's on loan still from Liverpool. And Alex Valle from Inter Milan also on loan. Sold £47.5 million worth of player. As we saw, Conor Gallagher had gone. Anyone else? Just saw loan fees and stuff. Angelo to Leeds, $11.5 million. There you go. Makes up the rest. And you've got nothing that's happened this season so far. Let's go to 2030 then. About 155. She's nearly there at potential. And 6th again. Europa League football. So we've not really won anything. We didn't even look at the schedule last season, did we? So the FA Cup quarter-final, lost in the semi-final. The Carabao Cup lost in the quarter-final. How do we go out in the Champions League then? Barcelona, the music vibrates me. If you haven't heard that song, that is Sean Ryder of the Happy Mondays And Russell Watson, the opera singer. Yes, the collaboration that you never knew you needed. Barcelona by those two. Honestly, if you've never heard it, go and listen to it. It's an odd concoction for the ears. I'm not going to lie. All over the place. But you didn't expect to be recommended a random song like that in this experiment, but there you go. The gift that keeps on giving, my randomness. Right, Carabao Cup third round, out to Leicester. Awful. Champions League phase, we did get through it. We were out of the fourth round replay to Liverpool on penalties in the FA Cup. And quarter-final beat Arsenal. Semi-final, lost to Inter Milan. We didn't do too badly. We've got Emile Smith-Rowe. When did he arrive? £16.75 million from Liverpool. Didn't notice that on the transfers. He snuck through the back door. There he is. Oh, Andrea Cambiasso from Juve. £40 million. Up to 50. Yeah, says so there. Great. Okay. Raheem Sterling's left as well. Serhu, he's back. Hang on. He left to go on loan to Shakhtar. Paid like £65 million for this guy. You literally did pay £65 million. He's listed for £4.9 million. Yeah, he's old. Of course you got to want to try and cash in on him. You've paid far too much money for a player that was far too old in the first place. Emma. Bloody hell. Favourite personnel, Michaela Mudryk. Still, is he? Fine. Okay, so 2030. I think we should need to start going slightly more bigger jumps. Let's go to 2035, shall we? 2035, and we are back. And Evan Ferguson, a 187 in this universe. Bloody hell. Another 187 in my Best Prince of West Yorkshire save. Spunked £88 million on him. Emma Hayes has had her potential, and that is her attribute breakdown. She's doing pretty well for herself. So, 6th last time, yeah, and it was Groundhog Day, although we improved. 5th, Champions League qualification. Then 3rd, things are happening. Down in 4th, okay, one man a setback. Back up in 3rd, okay. 6th. Did not really want that, did we? And yeah, it's been a bit disappointing, really, actually. Finishing 4th, 3rd, 4th, or whatever it was, like 3rd a couple of times in that 5-year stretch. I just think, really, that she's probably not capitalising on the sign. The signings aren't good enough, are they? Up to this point. Crystal Palace have just won the FA Cup against Wolves. Wolves have got to 2 finals in 3 years. United beat Hull in 2030. We won the FA Cup in 27-28. We saw that. We did see that. Tottenham run up three FA Cups in a row. Bloody hell. No Carabao Cups for us. Not even a final. Useless. Look at that. Aston Villa beat Birmingham in the 33-34 final. A Midlands derby. Fair play. Marco Rose is at Aston Villa, and they seem to be doing quite well. Now, we've been in the Champions League a little bit, and we've not managed to win it. Arsenal have come up 3 tournaments in a row as well, because did we just see that with Spurs with either Carabao or FA Cups? Tottenham have actually just won the most recent Champions League. Who's in charge of Tottenham? It's Zinedine Zidane. And no other tournaments have been won by ourselves. So literally in the last 5 years, we've won absolutely sod all. We've improved domestically, league-wise. We haven't won a bloody trophy. Yeah, we saw like Emile Smith-Rowe and we saw Cambiasso, and then Ben Sesko. We got Ben Sesko in on a free, and he's still here. Benjamin Sesko on a free. What a signing that was! And you've not won any trophies with Ben Sesko. Hang about. Oh, we sold Vangelis Pavlidis, nearly recouping all 40 million that we lost. Look at the fees. Enzo Fernandez went to Real Madrid, £53 million. Why does it say 83 million there then? When was this? In 2030. 5 years ago, he'd have been 29. And if you look at this, intermediary fee, £4.8 million. Why have you got an intermediary to sell Enzo Fernandez? Oh, sorry. We did sell him for £83 million. It was Real Madrid who, for some reason, loaned him to Spurs, and then he was playing. He was a squad option, but he was playing. And then they sold him to Spurs for £53 million with an intermediary fee, which probably would have been I would have thought it would have been the loan. The intermediary would have come from the loan fee and like maybe a mandatory future fee. I'm not sure. Enzo Fernandez is back in the Premier League and he's with Spurs after a cup of coffee at Real Madrid. Okay. And we have seen that Benny Sesko's still here. Now, Simone Parfundi, again, another wonder kid who's no longer a wonder kid now. He's a fully fledged, he's the real deal. But he came in for free. So him and Ben Sesko on free, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Gaston Caceres is a regen. Garnacho, he came for £53 million. Now, underwhelming in this universe. Sorry, Garnacho. Josh Doig is not a bad signing for £14 million from Newcastle. Why did he play so few games for Inter United and Newcastle? Inter bought him for £17.75 million, sold him a season later to United, and United had him for 2 seasons, and he sold him to Newcastle. who had him for 2 seasons, then sold him to Chelsea. He's done the rounds. Who's this? Amir Richardson. He's not bad. He's at Fenerbahce. Okay. So we paid nearly £60 million for him. Let him go on a free. Jose Charlo, we sold him for 12 million. We signed him for 25.5 million. So you give it with one hand, Emma, with all these good signings of Benny Sesko and Simone Parfundi, and you've only got him bloody taken away with Jose Charlo and Amir Richardson. That's pissed me off, hasn't it? Yeah, so that became permanent. Janino, he came in for 12.75. He's good. Fine. Juan Carlos Rodriguez, meh. Kendry Paez went to Arsenal. Nothing really happening here. Nothing really of note. Federico Perilla. Yuri Malai. He's not bad, actually. 5.25 million from Slovako. And yeah, he's actually really good. Worth quite a lot as well. Okay, not bad. I'll take it back, Emma. I'm impressed with those 2 signings. And again, here we go. Ivan Masaric. Meh. Good potential. 167. Not bad. 1.5 million. I have that. Him, not so much. Only 3.7 million though. Manuel D'Agostino. He's another regen and he's at his potential. So is he worth 20 million? I suppose he is probably worth 20 million. Do you want a player worth 20 million in your starting 11 when you're going to be chasing for the Champions League qualification and the league title? The answer is no. And then here we are at present day with very little happening. Okay, so season preview, 6th. It's where we've been most of the experiment, to be honest. Let's go to 2040. So yeah, we got 6th Europa League football. Then 8th we finished, but we got Champions League football. But we've obviously won the Europa League again. So that's another trophy for us. Happy days. Then up in 6th, then down in 7th, 9th Champions League qualification. That's 2 Europa Leagues in the last 5 years. Europa League qualification again in 6th. And there we are now at present day. Aston Villa have just won the Champions League. Aston Villa have won the bloody Champions League. Whatever. There you go. There's the 2 Europa Leagues alongside Newcastle City and Leicester making up the last 5 years. No more FA Cups. Hull have won one. Aston Villa have won a couple. No Carabao Cups either. Right. 2 Europa Leagues. That's all I can say. 2 Europa Leagues. Okay, and in terms of transfers, anything good happening here? Andreas Otto. Okay, he was £26 million from Bayern Munich. Phenomenal. Bill Pitt from Wrexham. Islam Samir from PSG. Not too bad. David Siddall, 850k. Oh, he's at Everton. Oh, we sold him. Great. Julian Murillo, he's also rubbish, right? It's gone downhill now, these transfers. Jose, not too awful. He's terrible. Asalat Sissoko, fair play. He's decent. He's a bloody good goalkeeper. Mateus Zinho, meh. Juan Jose Cruz is pretty good. And everyone else just feels quite underwhelming, to be honest. They're just meh. Just very, very meh. That's it. That's all the players. No one really worth speaking about. We've sold some reasonable amounts for Philip Foose. Okay. And again, Juan Jose Cruz. Yeah, we paid big money for him, but he was good. He's a good player. So, and yeah, that's about it up to present day. So, okay. So it's been underwhelming so far. It has been massively underwhelming. And I'll be honest with you, Emma, you've let us down so far with the trophies. Your contract's up in 2053. We're going to do a huge jump of 13 years now to 2053 because I'm getting tired of her not winning, to be honest. So let's go to the end of where her contract expires and see if she left Chelsea in a better place when she picked them up. She's the director of football at Chelsea. She's resigned on the 1st of the 6th to become the director of football before she goes to Al Nassr. She's not great at motivating. She's 68 years old. Chelsea are managerless. So yeah, 2039-40, we were 6th and then down in 12th, but she got another Europa League. That's her tournament, isn't it, Europa League? Then down in 15th. This is bad. 12th, 10th. Okay, we're back. Just saying we're back on the climb. No, 13th, 16th. Are we going to get relegated? This was not in the script. I was expecting to win plenty of trophies and say how great it was. And she's going to get relegated. 15th in 46-47. 6 more years. There they go. She's down with Burnley and Bolton. The BBC. Europa League football for Brighton from 19th. Right, 48-49. Missed out in the playoffs. Lost in the playoffs. Didn't make the final. Didn't even get to Wembley. Lost 6-2 to Southampton. Fucking hell. And then again. And again. Missed out again. To Hull. Bloody Hull. Yeah, 2-1 to Hull. Jesus Christ. Finally, third time lucky, promoted via the playoffs. Who've we beaten? Oh, Bournemouth on penalties, the mighty Bournemouth. And then we've dismantled Portsmouth at Wembley. So in 50-51, we get back to the Premier League. 51-52, there we go. 13th in the league and finishing off in 12th. So has she finished better than when she started? Absolutely not. Chelsea are in a far worse position. 3 Europa Leagues. 4 Europa Leagues, and an FA Cup. 1 FA Cup. No Carabao Cups. No league titles. No, nothing. I feel very flat after this. What's the squad saying? Current ability of the squad. Couple of players in the 160s. They're not bad. This guy's a nice little wonder kid. Robert Hovhannishin. Do you know what? That was so underwhelming. Really was underwhelming. I thought she should do so much better. Well, there you go then. Chelsea have won sod all. Emma Hayes has not done as well at Chelsea men's as she did at Chelsea women. I'm thinking about different kinds of managerial simulation experiments because I know you guys do love them, but I do want to keep them fresh rather than just giving a random person just X amount of ability, because I feel like that's already there. If you want to go and watch that, watch it. I know it'll be different every single time, but you know. So I am thinking about different ways of bringing them. So if you've got any ideas, let me know. If not, fine. Let me know in the comments down below just let me know in the comments. And other than that, yeah, take good care of yourselves, gang. Thank you for watching. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. As always, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.